To clear this up straight away, I don't think that just being able to rap fast makes you a good rapper. However, I do think that it is impressive. So today what we're going to be doing is counting down the 20 fastest rappers that I have ever heard. Now really quickly before we start the video, I will put a timer, a time stamp down below where you can skip to if you don't want to hear about this, but I'm just going to tell you how I calculated the average syllables per second for each rapper in this list so that there's no confusion about that. To get some type of calculation for this, I basically took the syllables per second counts from the 3 fastest songs that I'd heard from each rapper. Then what I did was obviously take these, divide it by 3, and then I got an average syllables per second count for each rapper. And to calculate how fast the songs were, I just did the same thing I do in my 10 fastest verses video, you know, take the fastest part of the song across 10 seconds and count the syllables in that. So I did that for 3 songs, added it all up, divided it by 3, and got an average syllable per second count for each rapper. The method isn't like super accurate, but this is just supposed to be a kind of entertaining list. It's not supposed to be some super scientific ass list, so and other lists will have completely different numbers to me, mainly because they count the syllables per second differently. I prefer to do it over the same period of time for everyone so that it's fair. And the final thing I want to mention is that personally, I feel clarity is a must for fast rapping, so I'm not gonna have any people like Crucified or Don Experto on this list. They're just not gonna be on here because I don't even find them fun to listen to, like no offense to them, but at that point it's literally just noise and they could just be going it sounds so weird. So no Crucified or Don Experto. Clarity is really important for me on this list. That is all I got to say. I know that was kind of a long intro, sorry about that, but hit me up on Twitter at CDTVProductions. And with that being said, guys, let's get right into this list. And kicking it off at our number 20 spot, we have Logic, who averages at 8.5 syllables per second.
I remember wondering if I would ever make it, but as I reminisce, I realize it was all irrelevant. It's evident I'm getting money for the hell of it. Never fuck around, set up flow celibate. Speaking for the people like a delegate, and when the situation delicate, I execute it with the proper etiquette.
Now, I kind of want to include Logic as almost an honourable mention, because while he can go kind of fast, it's nothing too crazy. He's nowhere near the fastest rapper in the world, so just kind of an honourable mention here. It does sound smooth as hell though, so bonus points for that. And at our number 19 spot, we have Canon, who has an average of 9.1 syllables per second. One big thing I noticed about Canon is that he says the word sin at least 2 times in every song or something like that. It's probably because he's a Christian rapper. I have nothing against that, but it does get repetitive when almost every verse mentions the words church, God, Lucifer, that kind of stuff. But still, a very talented rapper in terms of his flow. Now at our number 18 spot, we have K.A.A.N, who has an average of 9.3 syllables per second.
Sign of inertia. Give me the mic and the baby, you duck is what you better do when I'm busting up your feeling. I'm incredible, never get on my level. I'm a killer with the pedal to the metal. You're edible and you're different, so we're never double shit. I can take it to your mama, you daddy, get it back.
This is the one I can see being kinda controversial, I guess, with his fans, because Tech is almost like the father of fast rapping. I'm a big Tech fan, so trust me, I've counted the syllables for his fastest songs. But I think it's important to note that he's not trying to be the fastest rapper in the world. He focuses a lot more on clarity, and that's what makes his speed rapping so special. And at number 17, we have Ocean Wisdom, who hits 9.4 syllables per second on average.
Exquisite ability, mimicking vivid imagery, lyrically stinging the kid to be killing us in these witty nitty. Wanna be chilling with Fiddy and Diddy and Cutie the kitty that's in the Biggie. Running the ciggy with Dizzy and Wizzy, sucking the titty like giggity giggity. My ability can't limit me flow, boxy biggity bobbity gotta be.
I believe Ocean Wisdom is the only person on this list from the UK, so that's pretty cool. If you're a fan of UK rap as well as speed rapping, it's definitely worth checking this guy out. UK rap isn't hugely for me, but I can definitely listen to this guy anytime. And now at number 16, we we have Futuristic, who hits 9.4 syllables per second on average also.
Just like Dennis, no feeling. They don't really want to get into it. Every time I do it, it's fluent, it's moving. Look at the views I get, I leave you ruined. You foolish, you stupid. Look at the coolest kid, how I maneuver through it. I'm cool, look at the duty, spit like Call of Duty. Uzi pointed at you like in a movie script. I'm wearing black and a hat and a cap like I'm a...
Futuristic is actually one of the few people that I've done 2 whole 10 fastest verses videos on, which you can click on the card up there to go see. I've done them for about 10 or so rappers so far. He doesn't usually go incredibly fast, but it's hard to deny that he raps at a fairly quick pace quite often. His speed rapping has also improved since a few years ago. If you listen to some older tracks, it was kind of choppy, whereas now he is pretty smooth with his speed rapping. And at number 15 we have Token, who hits 9.5 syllables per second on average.
To be honest, I only really be going fast for everybody that be telling me that it's stupid because I don't really want to do it, but I kind of want to do it only because they really don't want me to do it, so I'ma do it. They try to be buddy, but I don't even think that they can chew it. If you can do it, then motherfucking prove it. I want to see it, I want to see.
I'm honestly kind of torn on how I feel about Token. I think he is pretty talented, especially for his age, but I also feel like corny is kind of a suitable way to describe him. I'm struggling to get into his music if I'm being real. Regardless of that though, he does have some pretty fast verses, and he's young as hell too, so that does score him some points. At number 14 we have K.A.A.N, who averages at 9.8 syllables per second. The thing about K.A.A.N that impressed me the most is his breathing technique. It is very, very rare for this guy to take a breath during his verses. Hell, check out Concealed the Outro and just count the amount of breaths he takes. It's not that many. Click the card above if you want to see my 10 fastest verses video on him as well. At number 13 we have Watsky, who has a 9.9 syllables per second average.
Attached. Oh hi, this guy right here. Credit to Reddit, you bet I'll never forget. I'm forever indebted and ever forgetting the cougars to check it. It's too good to take it, so I'm gonna go dry my tears. Gonna meet about 7-Eleven to pick up a dang donut pack. I'll look at myself in the glass and go, oh what? Taking a bit of a nap, then I'm waking up.
I haven't listened to much Watsky since his classic Pale Kid Raps Fast video, so it's insane to see how far he's come as an actual serious rapper now. In my mind, he'll always be that little white guy that made the fast rap and then made the fast rap with the GOAT, but his professional music is actually pretty impressive as well. You should definitely check it out if you haven't done so already. And at number 12 we have No Clue, who hits an average of 9.9 syllables per second also.
So many motherfuckers hate me when I see my destiny bet on the cross. I don't really give a fuck about nobody because of a God. I'm thinking everybody when I see you lost. When I'm dreaming, I'm thinking when I sleep and I turn and I toss. And I'm trying to keep my mind right, in and out the line like bitch, you wanna run up and jump.
It can't be just me that is slightly reminded of Tupac by this guy. His voice has the same kind of deepness to it. He's from the West Side, and I think I could say he even bears a little resemblance to him facially, if you kind of like mix Tupac with Nas. Of course, he differs from Pac quite a bit, as I've never heard Pac rap with the same velocity that No Clue does on regular occasions. And at our number 11 spot, we have Busta Rhymes, who, again, has an average of 9.9 syllables per second.
Now, every single time I get up in the building and I touch it and I get it poppin', you can never stop it. And a lot of got I'm bugging and they wondering how my nigga does it when I'm black at every hood and every street and I flood it. Making every DJ wanna bring it back and then they run it. Making other niggas stopping, ain't no food up in the cover. See the way I got them sitting, now I got a nigga running.
I remember saying before that one thing that makes Busta Rhymes sound even more impressive is how thick his voice is. You know, he has that really kind of thick, deep, booming voice. Like, it really doesn't sound like he should be able to rap fast, but he definitely can. Busta is almost like the fast rapper that even casual rap fans know, and I think that can be attributed mostly to Look At Me Now. I'm not sure yet how I feel about Busta when he's not rapping fast, but I do love him when he picks up the speed. And at number 10 we have Twista, who hits an average of 9.9 syllables per second again. He is the last one who hits that speed on this list.
I see when you niggas be hating, so the next time when you see me don't speak. Now you know not to send me no beat, cause I'ma kill it and murder anybody that'll wanna get it winning when they get up in it, cause I be the business, I'm a menace all the way up to the finish. Make an enemy diminish when they get up in the battle, even if it gotta be up on the block.
Twista is another rapper on this list that I listen to all the time. While a few rappers on this list just focus on rapping fast, Twista actually focuses on making good projects with rapid flows laced throughout it. It's this that makes him feel like a more complete artist to me than some of the faster guys on this list. Also, I really like the way his voice sounds, which is always useful. At number 9 we have Krayzie Bone, who hits 10 syllables per second on average.
And I don't really give a fuck if niggas think I'm talking about it, cause some niggas know that I can suck up and walk about it. Body when I bark about it, I'm making the party started. I'm the nigga did it when the mother niggas thought about it. Everybody know me, niggas know that I never know about it. Never been
I'm not gonna lie, I am actually kinda new to listening to Bone Thugs, and so far, Krayzie Bone has been my favorite member. I've always been meaning to check them out, and I've been aware of them always, but only now have I started doing so. Krayzie has the best voice out of all of them in my opinion, and I love his chopping. The ease at which he can just switch his flows is pretty outstanding to hear. And at number 8, we have VBL, who also hits 10 syllables per second on average. VBL does say often that he's not trying to be the fastest rapper alive, but to be fair to him, he is pretty high up on this list. He's one of the more understandable rappers in the series of songs titled Underground Choppers, which sometimes just has rappers who, again, don't even sound good to me because they're too fast. There is such a thing. No disrespect to those guys though. It is good to have people like VBL on there though, because they're still very rapid, but you can still understand them. At number 7, we have D-Loc the Gill God, who hits an average of 10 syllables per second. The Gill God is a name that fits this man very well, because just listen to how he raps. He must be breathing through gills or something when he raps, cause he certainly doesn't breathe through his mouth when he's rapping. A lot of the time I actually feel he sounds a bit faster than he actually is. Like seriously, on some tracks it feels like he's just zooming by. I love hearing him on features as well. I just feel like he can inject a lot of energy into tracks. And at our number 6 spot, we have Eminem, who hits 10.1 syllables per second on average.
With supersonic speed. You assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I made a rubber so that anything you say is shaking off of me and it'll glue to you and devastating more than ever, demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience.
Eminem is definitely someone who's kind of always rapped a bit faster, but he's only really shown how skilled he is at it recently. A lot of his average score can be attributed to his verses on Rap God and Speed'em, but I would surely think that he's gonna showcase more fast rapping in the future. Also, just really quickly want to say thank you to everyone that watched my 10 fastest verses video on Eminem. It's still crazy to me that I have a video with nearly 4 million views, so thank you to everyone that's watched that. And at number 5, we have Joyner Lucas, who hits 10.5 syllables per second on average.
J-Lo and give her ass a couple kids. I've been on Animal Planet, I got my hands in the fan, I'm a Canon dinner. Nobody gonna hand me a Grammy, goddammit, I barely don't even wanna hear what they planning. I sit in the pen again and I blend with the hammer, the man with the planet. You looking at the man in the mirror, the man with the killer, the driller.
Joyner Lucas is in my top 5 right now in terms of my favorite rappers. Maybe it's because I found out about him when he was pretty unknown, so I'm like drawn to the fact that I get to see him grow. But he also has great rapping talent. He has a powerful voice, the ability to switch his flow on a whim, and not to mention he kills every remix of a song that he touches. I also feel that his clarity is pretty good as well, so in terms of fast rapping, he is pretty damn good. And at our number 4 spot, we're closing in at the top now, we have Tonedeff, who on average hits 10.8 syllables per second.
Yes, you and I rockin' with the weather like a best space and time over the bass around. Total mistakes, you better go with the pace of that tones and aim. If you don't know what the case around, go with the take a shot, give it a disgrace. I'm not following with the records like I should with the way the eyes. So they go play 'cause I got them home way to the bottom with the anger about the face. Oh, freaks are all better never the same talk. Your ass back with the weather better.
For the people that keep asking me, yes, I'll probably do a 10 fastest verses video on Tone soon. I can tell though that it's gonna be a hard list to do. Just listen to Crispy, that's the fastest song I could find from him, and the speed he reaches are it's just insane. It's even cooler towards the last minute of the track when the tempo of the beat actually speeds up, but surprisingly the syllable count is exactly the same over that 10 seconds as it is at the start of the song. Overall, Tonedeff is a great fast rapper and he seems to be able to pick up the speed on most of his tracks. And at number 3, we have Mac Lethal, who hits 11.5 syllables per second on average.
Yo, jigging it down, stick my dick in it, kicking the venom is in a minute, and in a minute that I'm invincible, half of the demons and chemicals live in the furniture in my hotel room, my wallet is missing, I'm going insane, so I dip in my head in my pocket, I'm flipping my finger like fuck you, I'm blowing cocaine, take a vacation to a porno star, bitches, I'm keeping the trash bin, 'cause I'm chewing it.
Mac Lethal is one of the few people classified as like YouTube rappers that I wanted to include on here, because he also makes professional music and music videos and all that kind of stuff. It reminds me, back when YouTube YouTubers in the rap scene were actually good and not just making worthlessly awful diss tracks, when, let's be real, they can't even rap. However, if you do want to find Mac's quickest verses, it'd probably be best to check out his YouTube videos, as he doesn't focus on speed too much in his professional music. With some videos, you could have a long debate about whether the audio is sped up or whatever, but I still think he is really good at what he does and that he deserves a place on this list. And number 2, we have Twisted Insane, who on average hits an incredible 11.9 syllables per second. Twisted Insane is pretty spectacular to listen to. I've listened to his song Chop Shop so many times and even slowed down the speed of it because I was convinced that he wasn't enunciating all the words properly or something like that. But it turns out he's pronouncing everything just fine. It is really unbelievable when you hear some of the speeds he can reach. I do also appreciate the fact that he seems to know how to rap at an average speed as well if need be, because it seems some people just kind of lump Twisted in with speed rappers who have no substance sometimes, which is a shame because he actually has good content in a lot of his songs. And at our number 1 spot in the fastest rapper that I personally have ever heard in my lifetime, we have Splyt Second, who hits 12 syllables per second on average. And here we have it. Splyt Second is statistically the fastest rapper that I've ever heard. Now, this is probably right where I draw the line in terms of fast rapping, because any faster than this is honestly just nonsense gibberish. I think it still remains fairly clear at the level Splyt Second is at, but I'd definitely say he is a little bit harder to understand than everyone else on this list, just because of the pure speeds he goes at sometimes. The clarity is just good enough though, so here he is at my number 1 spot as the fastest rapper that I personally have ever heard. Well guys, that's gonna be it for the video today, and thank you so much for watching. I know it has been a while since I uploaded, but now I have my next month of uploads planned and scripted out. And also just for coming back, you know, I wanted to make a bit of a longer video and have a top 20 just to, you know, kind of pay you guys back for the time that I've been away. So please remember to follow me on my Twitter at CDTVProductions and my Instagram also at CDTVProductions. This YouTube's been being really weird lately. Apparently people are seeing subscriber glitches again, so if my sub count doesn't say 81,000 subscribers, it's lying to you, but because people are seeing sub glitches again. But it's probably just like the last one where it's just a visual glitch and the number of subscribers has not actually changed, because there's people that have lost like 100k but then the next day got them back. I hope you guys all enjoyed this one. Please share it to help it get out there, that's always good. Hit that notification bell if you want to get notified whenever I upload. Apparently that feature seems to be broken. A lot of people are complaining about people not being notified about their uploads within the first hour, which leads to them having lower views when their videos are uploaded. So just keep in mind that from now on I will be uploading every Tuesday and Friday at 9 PM GMT, which is UK time. So if you want to convert that, just put it into Google and literally check my channel like a couple of minutes after 9 PM GMT on Tuesdays and Fridays, and if you haven't been notified, there will be a new video on there. So if you want to do that, that will always be helpful. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video, and this is CDTV Productions signing out.